I know about the difficulty in transition, but I'm also aware that like the internet, it goes on, and so long as we're not focusing on the past and that nostalgia, that regret, or whatever you want to call it, we're focused on the here and now and into the future. There's you can create that purposeful.
Well, I wonder though, Aaron, this is awesome. And I think this is helping anyone who's listening to this. For anyone who's never ran a marathon, let alone an ultra marathon, my friend, there's a lot of discipline that comes in there. Do you think, you know, Curry, did that help you, that the sight and the hearing loss, did that help or hinder you to be able to do these ultra marathons? Like, is there a different type of discipline that you now have today that you didn't have prior to this? I want to learn from you.
So I was definitely not a very disciplined person before the military, and I was going to ask you about that. Is that something like the leadership? Is that something that came from, say, the Rangers, Green Beret training, that you pulled with you? There's got to be certain aspects of the military that guide you today, some things you want to leave behind.
Sure. Oh, there's a lot that I want to leave behind. I think that we can learn more from people's mistakes than we can learn from victories. And I've seen a lot of bad leadership. And I was savvy enough, even at a young age, to say, well, I don't want to do that. I see that person getting in somebody's face, grinding them down, treating them like dirt. And someone might respond to that in the immediacy, right? They say, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full. But what happens when that leader turns their back? They're getting flipped off, performance drops, right? That's what I call fake motivation. It's like if you put a cattle prod on the butt of a cow, you're going to move that cow as long as you're, giving it a zap, right? The other thing is inspiration. Inspiration, different form. Absolutely. Yeah. This command and control stuff has its setting, in the right place, right time. You need command and control. But the thing I learned in the special ops community, particularly in the Green Berets and Special Forces, is it's 12 guys on a team. We go in and we are force multipliers. We have to go in and raise an indigenous guerrilla army, and you don't do that by yelling orders. You have to win the hearts and minds first. And I think that applies really well here in the civilian entrepreneurial space. There's a reason why there's a lot of folks in the special ops community who do really well in the entrepreneurial space. We learn how to inspire people. We learn how to do more with less. How to make sure that people are working inside their strengths, right? I mean, you can't have 12 guys on a special forces A team and they're working in areas where they're just mediocre. You want them to be high performing, right? And I've heard some of your interviews where the topics of Colby and strengths, Colby A index comes up, which I think is it's so important. Like every manager, supervisor, director, executive in any of the businesses I'm in, any of the folks that I coach, they have to take the Clifton Strengths Finders assessment and the Colby A index to make sure that people are working inside their strengths. When people work inside their strengths, they're more productive, they're more joyful, they feel like they're on a winning team. And when people feel like they're burned out and they're being ground down, it's oftentimes because they're not working in their strengths. I learned that in the special ops community, right? So, there's a lot I took away from my time in the military that I apply to any of the thing that I do today, for sure.
You mentioned the Colby index. What is your score? I don't know how to read it yet, but I just got a 3392.
3392. That's interesting. Okay, so all right. So you're a 9 quick start. So you're an initiating quick start. That's how I'm a 5293. Okay, so yes. So we're built quite well. Yeah. So I'm a mid-range fact finder. The first number is fact finder. The next one is follow through. I'm a 3 follow through. which means I'm resistant to systems. I could have people in my organization set up standard operating procedures and systems all day long, and I still don't like them. And I certainly don't like to build them. As a 9 quick start, we tend to be what some people say is risk takers. We can see things that aren't really there. We tend to be the visionaries, right? You have an idea of how things could be. And some people describe folks like us as they'll stand at the edge of the building and jump off and say, we'll build it on the way down. Build a plane on the way down. That statement I'd made earlier about like, oh, how hard can it be? That's kind of a statement that a quick start would say. We use our gut instincts a lot. And then the implementer, which is the last number, would you say you're a 2? Did you say, or a 1? 2. Okay, I'm a 3. And so both of us are resistant at seeing things spatially. Like a lot of architects, mechanics, those types, people who do things with their hands, tend to be high in that area, and we tend to be resistant. And the great thing about the Colby Index, and even with any of the strengths assessments, there is no right or wrong. There just is. Once you realize what your strengths are, you can build teams around you. So if I know that I'm not I'm bad at building systems, like one of my businesses, I got a partner that's the same in 2 different businesses. He's a 8 in the systems part, and he is I think a 4 on the quick start. So we balance each other out. I think that's one of the keys I learned in special forces as well, is that balance the team out so that you don't have a bunch imagine trying to have a special forces A team and all you are is 12 engineers. You don't have any weapons people. You don't have any medics. You don't have any, commo guys. It's a very effective team, right?